In the last session, we spoke about fears and some of the very common fears, and probably what you can do it in a day-to-day life that you can face these fears, how you can handle it to probably manage those fears. Okay. So, and at the end of it, we found some four, if anybody can recap that, how actually a general rule, how we can handle the fear, we talked about it, right? Remember? Some 4-5 lines. Anybody can tell me that? Navina? Unmute.
Yeah. So you said finding the deepest layer, then discovering those layers, and what is the fear hiding behind it? Because there is a reason. It is for your strength or growth or brilliance. And then what worse can happen?
Okay, so basically what worse can happen should come first, and then comes what is that this fear is cocooning.
Cocooning. Yeah, actually, I mean.
Okay, so this is basically the general rule for figuring out your fear. Okay, so after that we discussed, and quite a few people said the different fears they have is like, okay, we discussed some 10 the usual fear people have. If you go and watch that video, all those who didn't attend, it'll be really good for you. And then some few people told me that you are scared of driving, and so Navina said that she is scared of water, something is like that.
Yeah, water and driving both, actually.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can have another full long list, but let's not discuss that.
Yeah, sure.
Now, so I decided maybe you are getting confused with phobia and fear. Okay, so let's just briefly discuss about what are the phobias, what are fears. Okay. Now, so what's anyway, we all know about fear. Okay. Basically, what happens is fear and both the phobia and fear, both they kind of invoke a emotional response in us, which will also have a physical reaction. Okay, something like, palpitation or heavy breathing or sometimes cramps. Okay, these can be physical reactions, right? But what happens is fear is a very normal reaction for a threat. We take it that way. Let's just think like there is a threat, and fear is a very normal reaction to that, and it should be there. Because if there is a tiger standing in front of you, if you don't have fear, you will be eaten up soon. So if there is a real threat, you should have the fear. Now, what is phobia then? Phobia is there is a threat, supposedly a threat, but then that is not there right now. Like if a cockroach comes, you know that cockroach won't kill you, but you feel threatened. And then you get the fear of it. And that is phobia. When there is an exam, you're getting scared is fear. It's not a phobia. Okay? But phobias are supposedly a threat, which is not necessarily a threat. When it is happening, if you're getting the same response as the fear, is called phobia. Now, so for the phobias, it is association of situations with different objects. For example, heights. From very top, you're seeing down and you get this kind of a fear. That's a phobia. And some people will have fear of flying is a phobia, spiders, cockroaches, and water, and many more, right? So that is the difference between phobia and fear. But behind a phobia, there's always some fear which started long time back. I have a phobia of cows. Now you can say that, hey, that you can manage. There are hardly any cows around now. When I was small, I used to walk to my bus stop. Then I take the bus to go to school. And on the way, there was a small number of kind of huts, I could say. And then there were a lot of cows there. I don't know why, what's that which I was always attracting, but these cows would have calves, everything, and then somehow I would go closer or something used to happen and they used to chase me. And there was once when I was like flipped up also in the air and my tummy got poked by its horn and it was very, very painful. And then onwards, even when I'm driving today, if a cow crosses, my driving go haywire. I know that I can handle it to a great extent. It's a matter of 1 minute in which I take control of myself. But these are phobias. And phobias always start somewhere. Either when you see a cockroach and your sibling or your mother or somebody screams loudly when you are just seeing first time the cockroach, naturally you will also get that, right? It can be transferred. Some of the phobias can even come from past lives or some memory which we don't know. But usually phobias, you can say that they're coming from past lives, blah, 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 not necessarily fears. But every phobia has underlying fear. Understood, all of us? Why am I telling you about phobia and fear? Phobias need to be, fear is very short term, like few minutes, let's say, or during the period of that situation. Phobia is a long time. Even a memory of something can give you that kind of a fear. Phobias usually, if it's very bad and it's affecting you a lot, like giving you a lot of kind of nightmares, and I'm not able to, handle, I have to drive, there's no other way, but I'm not able to drive. And when I drive, I get this cramps or I shiver and I go nervous breakdown, all of these things, then you better see a psychiatrist to handle it immediately. But of course, you need to do a lot of therapies. They say that CBT is the best one, but I disagree with that. I feel regression therapy is the best. But however that is, it needs some consultation. But as fear goes, you can do it for yourself. Awareness can actually bring down the fear. One of the biggest awareness you can always have in your life, which works all the time, is thinking that so far I've lived, I can live for some more years, whatever fear may come. That's in a way is faith, right? Faith in yourself, faith in your life. So the flip model tells you, whatever emotions which is not working for you, find out the flip side of it. That's what you need to harness or take it. For fear, the flip side of the fear is faith. When you were a small little baby, when you couldn't speak, you couldn't walk, you couldn't tell your parents that you're hungry, you couldn't walk on your own and get it to eat, or even a mosquito is biting, you couldn't do anything about it. How did you grow up to be so big? You believed it, didn't you? You just took it for granted that you will grow anyway. There was no fear. That unshattering faith that I can do it is what will take the fear away. That's the most easiest solution. Okay. So having said that, all those people who said I have driving problem, water problem, all kinds of things, somewhere you are in the phobia state. But of course you can find out the fear, what's behind it. and try to solve it. One session may not happen. Hear this recording again and again and do it. And then attempt all of those fears and phobias to see how things are working for you or not. You need to, in reality, you need to attempt it to know 0 to 10, where am I? Right? And then you will just make yourself a big surprise that things have come down, etc. Another thing is you have to figure out that now that your figure measure 0 to 10 is coming down, your capability measure how it is going up. Now, what capability? We don't know. There will be some little different capabilities. Maybe your life will improve. Maybe your opinion about others will improve. Something will change. And that is what you will have to measure it, again 0 to 10, how it is growing. And that's the best way of therapy. Otherwise, it's like feel good factor. I just keep doing therapies and then, wow, I feel so good talking to this person. And then we tend to keep everything. But still, I'm sure there is at least some percentage of healing always happens with or without the therapist. That's what is life about. Anyway, so we will start now. Okay. Now, first thing is, I told all of you to write down some of the fears you have, you want to address. You might have written, you might not have written, but I'll give you probably a minute. All of you, please write down some of the fears which you want to address. And then you have to figure out one to attempt today.
Ishanya, Anita here.
Hmm.
Is fear, is it fear about worrying about future or whatever? Is that a fear?
What is that? I couldn't hear you
Future,
properly.
about future. When you think about the future.
It's a very general term when you're saying future.
Okay.
No one is actually scared of future. Something in future. What is that? That's what you need to write down. If you're not very sure, just write down fear of future and you'll decode that. The first factor is to go down to that one basic fear you have, which is coming everywhere. Rest all are layered up.
So fear of losing loved ones.
Write it if that is so. Yes, Ravinda.
Ma'am, many times what happens, we want to say something to somebody. The fear is that they may say no to that, whether it's also a sort of fear?
Yes, of course. Fear of rejection.
Rejection, okay.
If you just write fear of hearing no, that could be your first layer because that's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Then if you go a little down, I would ask like, why? If somebody says no, what happens to you? Then you'll say that I don't like it. I feel.
No,
like,
I feel humiliated.
Yes, humiliated. I feel rejected. Like that, layers will start coming down. Deep down, there'll be one which you'll stick by. Like after that, you won't find any more words. Right? So just write it down. All of it write down. Take one thing which is, don't go by a thought of a fantastic therapy. Rather go by what's probably happening in your life. And then we will go layer by layer down. Yes, Neha. Neha,
Well, also very often I want to maybe say something to somebody or, ask something. I just don't get around to it. I'm very hesitant about approaching anybody and also expressing that includes my husband even. I want to say something, but I will hold it back and I will just expect it to resolve itself, or I don't know, leave it for another day or whatever. I just don't get round to.
Okay, what I can sense is it's fear of judgments. but there could be something else for you. So I want you to write whatever, just what you told me, just write it in one sentence.
Can I put fear of expressing myself or approaching anybody?
Yeah. That's the first layer, Neha. Will anyway go down.
Isha struggles in relationship, and so fear is there's like I'm struggling still in a relationship, like
Okay,
basically with
that's
in my
what
family.
is the fear there? Struggling relationship is different.
Different, but yeah,
What? Yeah, is there
like
any
in
fear?
not like fear of not getting better over there, no fear of that relationship not improving. Is it?
That's no, you're just your problem, you're trying to fit into the fear, but that's not so.
Okay, 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 yeah,
Yes.
maybe fear of being judged, that is
Maybe fear of being judged, or fear of being not included, or fear of not being loved, fear of love.
yeah.
Many people cannot handle love. Many people cannot even show love. And because we have wrong notion about showing love. And so many things are there. So just whatever comes to your mind, you write it, and then you'll have to break it down.
Break it down. Yeah,
I will just tell you
Okay.
how to break it down.
sure. I think fear of being judged, because that is there.
We'll start
Yes.
with that.
Yes.
All roads lead to Rome, okay?
Yeah.
Done? All of you wrote it? Okay, now we can go with the demo. I will pause it so that if anybody has any, if it's there in the record, if others can make out, that's really good. But if anybody feels that, no, I don't want my stuff to be recorded, definitely I will pause it. And it's a good thing, be brave. That's where the first step you handle it. Just so you can all see how you break it down. Now, there is no cookbook recipe for breaking it down. All of you will do it for yourself. But if you think that you are not good in breaking it down, I would rather make pairs of people, or whoever wants to work with other people. I will put them in one breakout room, and maybe you take 1 or 2 minutes and you break it for yourself. Or you sit on your own and you only do it for yourself. It's all your choice, right? But before that, we need to do a demo just to show how you can break it down. Now, before you break it down, I will tell you the rules. You're anyway going to see how I'm going to do, but still write it down because it'll help you. So you have put a statement. Now, the other person or you yourself will have to ask the question, why is this statement true for me? Maybe you add the word because, like somebody said fear of judgment. No, let's take what Neha said. I can't even speak to my husband, something like that. She said, I can't express. So then the question is, why? Or you say that I can't express to my husband because. Then you come out. Because probably, I don't want to hear a no. I don't want to hear any negative answer. Okay. You don't want to hear a negative answer because. So you go on saying because, and then something else will keep coming in your head. You keep writing. Sometimes because won't make any proper English sentence, common sense. Then what will you do? You have to add something else, like, what happens if my husband gives me a negative answer? I can't take that. I feel very sad. Okay. What happens if you feel sad? Now, usually at this level, you are already a little deeper. Something will occur to you. Oh, when I told this to my father, he put me down. Okay, because I feel I'll be put down. People will put me down. Next, important thing is to concentrate on emotions. What happens if people put you down? How do you feel it? I feel let down and betrayed. Now, you have reached from I cannot express to my husband to betrayal. Now, okay, what happens if somebody really betrays you? But usually you can make out, but by then you already have a story there and you don't go much further down. So we use that I feel betrayed is the entry point to a session. Okay, you all got it? Do you want to try for yourself? Try, let's see, anyway, we have time. So all of you try to one thing, fear, whatever you have taken, and try. And then let us discuss to see. And if here anybody wants someone else to do, it's a good idea that those two will pair up and try. There's nothing wrong in trying that way too.
I
We'll
would
all
like
do-
to pair up.
Okay. Who wants to pair up with Neha?
Isha, I can.
Okay, so Navina and Neha, you will get approximately 3 minutes, 2 minutes, I'm sorry, 4 minutes, 2 for Navina, 2 for Neha. So you have to do it very fast, okay? Because by the time you reach the 5th statement, the answers will come from the subconscious mind.
Okay.
So don't go giving very conscious, logical answer. Navina will do 2 minutes for Neha, and Neha will do 2 minutes for Navina. Another time, where do I stop? When you know that you already have a story, you know, that's when, like how we stop. Or sometimes the same emotion keeps repeating. I feel sad, I feel sad. Again, something else, again, you feel, when that happens, I feel sad. So that means that is what it is. Okay. Third thing is, I'm not getting anything. I'm blank. Then just the previous thing, whatever you encountered. Concentrate on emotions. So fear will drive you to an emotion. You understand what I'm trying to say? And when did the emotion get some kind of a situation? And that is the situation we need to explore. Got it? Okay, so let me make breakout room for both of you. Where you, okay, yeah, got it. Okay, so only those two will join, others won't join because I don't know how to make only for them. Now you all, please ask yourself a question and work on it now. Anyway, all of you have 4 minutes. Something happened. Neha came here. Neha left. No, she's there. Okay. Okay. So all of you make yourself comfortable. Sit in a position which is very comfortable for you. And if your dress is too tight, loosen up. If you want to remove the glasses, specs, you can do that. That's your choice again. You want to lie down, you can do that too. And just remember the sentence you have written. Let's do a bit of relaxation. So take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. One more time, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then just observe your normal breathing. And slowly from the top of the head, as I say the different parts of the body, you just have to feel relaxed in that part. Relax your head. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyebrows, eyelids and eyes. Relax your third eye. Relax your nose. Relax your lips, teeth and jaws. Relax your ears. Relax your face and the skin. Relax your brain and relax all the nerves and neurons. Relax your neck, the back of the neck. Relax your shoulders, triceps, biceps, your elbows, wrists, palms, and all the fingers. Relax your chest. Relax your lungs and heart. Relax your stomach. Relax your liver, gallbladder, spleen. Relax your pancreas. Relax your intestine. Relax your bladder. Relax your, if you're a female, relax your uterus and ovaries. Relax your genitals. Relax your thighs, front, back, side of the thighs. Relax your entire backbone at the back. Relax your knees, the side of the knees, back of the knees, front of the knees. Relax your shin bones, calf muscles. Relax your feet and all the toes and below the feet and also the heels. Relax your whole body. Now, as you relax, slowly you'll start going deeper and deeper in your own subconscious mind. Just give yourself the permission to go deeper so that you can find the reason for this fear you have. Just tell yourself, I give myself the permission to go deeper and deeper and more deeper into the subconscious mind, where I will find out the solution for my fears. And with this thought and with this permission, I want you to concentrate on that one sentence you have written about your fear. Repeat it many times. I am scared of, or I am fearful of, and whatever you have written. Keep repeating it until I tell you to stop. Keep on repeating it. Just go on repeating it. And as you're repeating it, you're going deeper and deeper, more deeper. And your eyes are sealed shut. You cannot open your eyes until I tell you. But that is okay for you. Go deeper and deeper, more deeper, while you're repeating your statement of fear. Now, this time, as you're repeating, just observe your body. Somewhere in your body, something is happening. Continue to repeat the same sentence, but at this time, observe where in the body you're feeling something different as a response to this sentence of fear. Now, the more you observe the body, the more it grows, it becomes more and more exaggerated. Allow it to grow that you can identify it. Continue to repeat the same sentence, but let the body feel it more and more, the fear. Exaggerate the feeling in the body so much so that it's very, very noticeable for you. Allow that to happen. Now, when you are observing what's happening in the body as a response to this fear, I will now guide you to drift and drift and drift backwards or forward or any direction in time and space. Just drift to the time and space where you have felt the similar feeling in the body and also in the mind. Just drift, allow yourself to drift to some place and in some time where you have felt the similar feeling in your body. It may be a known place or it may be an unknown place for you. Do not think too much. What is the first thought, first feeling, and first picture you are getting in your mind? Hold on to that. Be there with that. And just observe where you are. Maybe slowly you look at your feet to find out what you're wearing, and then slowly take your gaze up and notice your dress and notice what you are and who you are. And just look around, and as you're looking around, you will get that impression now that why you are there. Now you will also get an impression what is happening around. Just ask yourself a question. Why did I land here? Why did I come here? In this place and in this time? You will know it. Also ask yourself, what is there for me to know about my fear from this place and time? Now, I want you to slowly move backwards or forwards in that timeline to the place where it was the peak of that fear. Go either backwards in timeline or forwards in timeline to the moment where the fear was at its peak. Go to that incident. The first thought, first feeling, and first picture. Gather what's happening there and why this fear is coming up for you. Spend few moments here to know the story. Who are all involved? What is happening to you? And what it is for you which is happening there as you're playing that role. Is it something harmful happening to you? Or you are doing something to somebody? Allow the pictures and the sounds and the feelings to flow. And try to get the awareness and the knowledge from it. Now recognize the same fear in your body or the same emotions in your body. Experience it one last time. One last time, recognize in your body where all you're feeling this. If it's too difficult for you to undergo this, you can always exit out of the body and be an observer and watch yourself. Just get out and turn back and be an observer to watch yourself undergoing that situation. And slowly move a little bit further to see how did that end? What happened in the end? And what happened to you in the end? And what did you think about it in the end? What was your conclusion? What was your thought in the end? Now, I want you to completely be an observer. You are watching yourself. I want you to get back again to the beginning of that situation and now fully observe what happened to you. This time, watch it with an opinion. Was there any other option to you? How does this situation is looking now for you when you are an observer? Is that fearful? Was there anything else could have been done in that moment to you or by you? Do you think you needed help at the time? If so, you are observing, right? Just get in there and help that person, help yourself. Get in and help yourself. How probably you needed help. What was the help you were expecting? Do that same thing to yourself now, because you're observing anyway. Enter in the situation, take charge, and help yourself. And when you do that, see how the situation changes. In case if the situation doesn't change, does that mean there was no other option or path? Now, if you feel that there was another path or option, stand with that personality. You are an observer and you are standing with yourself, and mentally visualize, what if that option was chosen? What would have happened in the end? Is anything would have changed? Now, with this awareness, as a current day personality, whatever you are right now, with that personality, think, how does that fear feel for you now? Now let's do it one last thing. Return all the fear to that personality. Return back everything to that personality, which is you in that timeline and space, because it's belonged to that person, not you. So return all parts of wherever in the every part of your body you felt the fear, just return it to that personality. It's like it goes like a smoke, color, energy, object. It can be anything. But if that's not happening, there's another way. Find out a box somewhere close by. You will find a box. If you just call for it, it'll appear. And then open the box, drop all your fear from every part of your body, every cell of your body into that box. And close the lid and repeat. It's over. It's all over. It's complete. And there is no fear anymore. And I can handle the residue. I know how to handle the situation because now I am powerful. Now again, after you have returned all this fear and everything, again go back to the event, the beginning of the event, and be an observer again. Now watch how different is this situation or the event. And this time, find out what good quality that personality actually has. Now the fear is dropped and gone, so it's very clearly visible something good qualities of that personality, which is you. And you will realize why that quality or something good in them or some ability which actually led to this event, it will make sense to you. What is that one good thing there in that which invoked or triggered this fear response for that personality? Make a mental note of this. Also understand how good that personality was and how this ability was used by that personality. How you use this ability in some different time and space, basically. It's like learning from your own self in a different time and space. Now, thank yourself or thank that personality there. And it's time to get back. So gather all parts of yourself, all the scattered consciousness, back into your body. You just need to call it. I call back all scattered parts of my bodies and consciousness back into myself. Integrate, integrate, integrate. And start observing your breathing, the normal breathing. And you'll start feeling better than before, greater than ever. When you wake up to my count, 1, 2, and 3, eyes open, wide awake. Okay?